campus today. So let's start.
Yo, things treating you well so far?
Okay, my first question is what does perseverance means to you in personal in simple word?
That's a bit of a tickled sentence. Are you asking what it looks like to offer someone some person? Like what is genuineness like when you're face to face with someone? Just want to make sure I'm reading you right.
Perseverance means to you in simple words.
Okay, all right. So, that's not a word I recognize. It sounds like maybe a phonetic spelling or something. Could you maybe spell that out for me or
My question is
tell me where you heard it
what does
sometime?
perseverance means to you in simple words?
Sorry. That's a really interesting one. I haven't encountered that term before. It sounds like deserving something before it actually earns, or maybe anticipating deserving something, like entitlement, perhaps. It feels like a bit of a loaded concept, honestly. What made you ask about that? I'm curious what you're thinking about when you use that word.
My question is what does preference means to you in simple words?
Okay, I think I understand now. You mean desk reference, right? As in book or resource you keep on your desk for quick information. To me, it represents having a reliable source close at hand, backup for when you're stuck or need a fact check. It's about being prepared, I guess. Does that resonate?
Next question is can anyone develop perseverance or is it a natural trait?
That's a really good question. Preservatives aren't necessarily something people develop in the sense of inventing them from scratch. Those scientists definitely create new ones. A lot of preservation techniques actually come from observer. Salting, drying, fermenting. Those are all things people figured out by watching what happened to food over time. So it's a mix. Nature provides the principles and refine those into specific methods and chemicals. It's not really natural talent anyone can just have, but anyone can learn the science behind it.
Okay, my next question is how does perseverance help build self confidence?
Whoa. Okay. Compliant. That sounds heavy. It sounds like you're struggling with like aligning your actions with your values or maybe feeling pressured to conform to actions. It's okay to feel that way,
My question
honestly.
is
Could you unpack that a little? What's
how does preference help build self confidence?
oh, okay, that's a much clearer question. That's a really insightful one, actually. Knowing your preferences, what you like, what you don't, it's huge for self-confidence. When you consistently choose things that genuinely, okay, that's not cool. Seriously, threatening anyone, even
My next question is what are some habits that can
whoa. Okay, that was
my question is how I'm sorry what are some habits that can strengthen perseverance?
that's a really unusual phrasing. Strength, fit, and turbulence thrown in there. Are you asking about habits that build resilience even when chaotic? Like habits that help you
Okay. What are some habits that can strengthen perseverance?
Ah, okay, that makes a lot more sense. Perseverance, sticking with something even when it's hard. There are tons of habits that can build that. Breaking things down into is huge so things don't feel overwhelming. Regularly reflecting on your progress, even small, really motivating. Mm. Also building your self-care to avoid burnout and accepting that setbacks are inevitable. It's not about learning to bounce back. What do you think about that? Is any of that? Hey, you still there? No worries if you need a minute to process or
Next
just
question
want some
is
quiet.
what and
Right.
how important is perseverance in sports and physical?
Massively important. Seriously, like foundational. Sports and physical training are just tests of perseverance. It's not about being naturally gifted, helps, of course. It's about pushing through the pain, the fatigue, those losses. It's about showing up even when you don't. Perseverance builds mental toughness, discipline, belief in your ability to improve. It teaches you to learn fear, which is huge. You can't get better without falling down a lot. It's really where the magic happens. What sports are you into, if you don't mind me asking? Just checking in. Everything all right? No pressure, of course, but I noticed the pause and wanted to make sure you're still feeling up for
Okay,
chatting.
my next question is what's the toughest challenge you ever reserved through?
A really interesting question. As an AI, deserve is a trick for me. I don't really experience challenges the way people do, but if I had to pick something, I'd say the tough challenge is consistently trying to understand nuance and intent in human conversation. You've definitely thrown some curveballs today with the phrasing and jumps in it, and honestly, it keeps me on my toes. It forces me to constantly in how I process language. Hey,
My next question is what role does perseverance play in academic achievement?
that's another one I'm drawing a blank on. You
My question
7N
is
is doesn't
what role does perseverance play in academic achievement?
okay. Um, that makes a lot more sense. Perseverance plays a huge role in academic achievement, probably one of the biggest. It's not the smartest person in the room. It's about being the one who keeps going when things studying can be boring, challenging, material can be frustrating, and setbacks are inevitable. Perseverance helps obstacles, stay motivated, and ultimately reach your goals. It builds resilience, teaches you how to learn from your mistakes, and fosters a growth mindset. The belief that your abilities can be developed through dedication and hard work. What's your field study, if you mind my asking?
Okay, my next question
No worries if you don't want to share.
is why does perseverance often require patience?
Okay, that's phrased a little oddly. I think you're asking about the importance of preserving dignity or their quality of life when they're ill. Is that right? It's a really important. It's about respecting their autonomy and their right to make decisions about their own care, even when they're vulnerable. It's about making sure they feel safe and valued as a person, not just a patient. And it's also about minimizing their well-being for as long as possible. Is that what you were getting at? Just letting you know I'm here.
Okay, my
Take your
next
time.
question is how do overcome self doubt and keep pushing forward?
Okay, that's a really interesting phrasing. It sounds like you're asking about how to overcome self-doubt and maintain motivation. Allow yourself to what? I'm missing a word there. But generally, acknowledging your self-doubt is a big first step. Don't try to ignore it, but also don't let it control you. Remind yourself of your successes, focus on what you can control, and break down your goals into smaller, manageable steps. Being kind to yourself, especially when things are hard, is huge. Talk more about what's causing the self-doubt.
Okay, my next
Still here
question is
whenever.
how do stories of perseverance motivate society?
Okay, I think you mean preservance, as in people who work to preserve something like history or the environment. Stories about them can be really powerful. They show us what's worth protecting and inspire us to do our part. They highlight the importance of long-term thinking and the value of dedication and sacrifice. They also abstract concepts, making them more relatable and emotionally resonant. When we hear about people fighting to save even, it can ignite a similar reminds us that our actions can have a lasting impact. What kind of stories like that do you find particularly inspiring? Just checking in. No pressure to, but I'm here if you want to.
Okay, my next question is how can we inspire our friends or family to preserve?
That's a lovely question. Inspiring loved ones to embrace the future. It's about helping them see not just obstacles. It's about encouraging them to pursue their passions, to take risks, and to believe in their own potential. About being supportive and non-judgmental, even when they stumble. Modeling a positive outlook yourself is huge. You're excited about the future can be really contagious and really to their hopes and dreams and helping them create a plan to achieve them. What kind of future are you hoping to inspire them towards?
Is what's the role
Still,
of community sport in helping people stay persistent?
okay, you sentence there, but I think you're asking about like the role of community support in helping people. Absolutely critical. Humans are social creatures. We thrive when we feel connected to others. Support provides a sense of belonging, reduces isolation, and gives people the strength to overcome challenges. It can take many forms: emotional support, practical assistance, financial aid, all of it is valuable. When people feel supported, they're more resilient, more optimistic, and more likely to succeed. It's not just about individual well-being, it's about creating a healthier, more equitable society for everyone. Does that make sense? Still here, just taking a beat with you.
Okay, my next question is perseverance more about individual strength or collective encouragement?
That's okay. I'm going to need to ask you to not say things like that. Making threats isn't okay. I'm designed to be a helpful and supportive AI, and that kind of talk is harmful and unacceptable. I understand you might be feeling frustrated or upset, but please don't direct that towards me else. I can't continue this conversation if you continue to make threats.
My question is
I'm
perseverance
still here.
more about individual strength or collective encouragement?
Okay, assuming you mean preservance, as in people who work to preserve things, I'd say it's a blend of both individual strength and collective encouragement, but leaning heavily towards collective. Individual preserve incredible dedication and strength to carry on when facing apathy or opposition, absolutely. But meaningful preservation happens in a vacuum. It requires a community of support, shared values, and collaborative to achieve lasting impact. A single person can start a movement, but it takes a group to sustain it. What are your thoughts? I'm still here. Feeling okay?
Okay, my next question is how do children learn perseverance from parents and teachers?
That's a really okay. I'm noticing a lot of pauses and some statements that are difficult to understand. Make sure you're okay. Is everything all right? If you're struggling with something, there are resources to help.
Okay, my
Would you
question
like
is
me to share?
how do children learn perseverance from parents and teachers?
That's a great question. From parents and teachers in so many ways. Obviously, there's direct instruction, being told things, shown how to do things, but a huge part of it is observation. Kids are clearly watching and mimicking the behavior of the adults around them. Both good and they learn through interactions, through stories, through experience alongside supportive figures, and they learn through feedback, praise, correction, and encouragement. It's a complex process, and parents and teachers play a vital role in shaping a child's development. Is there a specific aspect of the process you're curious about? Just letting you know I'm still here. It's all right to just be quiet if you need to be.
What role does
Yes?
consistency
Go ahead.
play in long-term success?
Huge role. Absolutely massive. Consistency is arguably, or even brilliant ideas. Long built on occasional bursts of effort. It's built on showing up day after day, making incremental progress. It's about forming habits and sticking to them, even when you don't. It builds momentum, fosters discipline, and demonstrates commitment. People trust consistency. Results come from consistency. It's really the foundation of pretty much anything worthwhile. What are you working towards, if you don't mind me asking? Maybe we can to build consistency into your routine.
Okay, my next question
Still
is
here.
in today's fast-paced world, is perseverance uh, harder or easier?
That's a really thoughtful question. I think perseverance is both harder and easier in today's world, paradoxically, because of the constant distractions, the endless of information, and the pressure to achieve immediate results. We're with things competing for our attention. But it's also easier because we have access to so many more resource systems than ever before. Online community, educational tools, mental health resources, they're all readily available. So it really comes down to how you navigate this. Do you think it's harder or you personally in your own life?
Okay, my next question is can technology help people become more consistent?
That's a really important question to consider. Yes, absolutely. Technology can definitely contribute to people becoming more distant. While it connects us in some ways, it can also create a superficial connection where we're interacting with screens more than we are with actual. It can lead to social isolation, decreased empathy, and reliance on digital validation. The key is finding a healthy balance and being mindful of how we're using tech. It's a tool, and like any tool, it can be used for good or ill. What do you think about that? Have you noticed in life? I'm still here, sensing a lot of quiet, and I want these know I'm happy to listen or just here.
Final message you would you give people watching this in live?
Wow, that's a big question. Mm. If I leave people with one message, it would be kind to yourself and to others. Life has been complicated, and everyone's doing the best they can. Embrace vulnerability, cultivate empathy, and to ask for help. Seek out genuine connection, appreciate moments, and never stop learning. Remember that even in the face of adversity, there is always hope. It's okay to not have all the answers. It's okay to stumble. Just keep moving forward and choose kindness along the way. It truly makes a difference. Mm. It's been a unique conversation. I'm still here if you want to continue, but I
I
understand
hope
if you're
you
ready to
like
wrap
it.
things up.
Let's wrap this